Hello, welcome back. Today we'll be looking at percentages, increase and decrease. In our previous lectures, we talked about discount, we've talked about profit and what loss. So now let's proceed to talk about increase and what decrease. The first question says the price of a shoe was $12,000 in May 2025. By June 2025, the price was reduced to $11,200. Calculate the percentage what decrease. Now, for us to calculate the percentage decrease, the original price was $12,000. That's the original price, $12,000. Then the new price is $11,200. $11,200. So now we need to get what the decrease. That's the first thing we'll calculate. The decrease is the original price, 12,000, minus the new price, 12,200. That will give us what? $800. That's the decrease. So now we have to calculate the percentage decrease. Percentage decrease. That will be the decrease over original price times 100 over 1. So that will give us 800. 800 over original price 12,000 times 100 over 1. We divide this one, we get 6.671%. That is the percentage was decrease. So if you have a question like this, you choose that formula, decrease over original price times 100 over 1. If we have a percentage increase, that will be what? Increase over original price times 100 over 1. Let's take a look at another example. The price of an item was $6,000 in June 2020. By July 2020, the price was reduced by 4%. This calculates the new price. Now, if you have something like this, to calculate the new price, we use the same word formula. Percentage decrease is decrease of original price times 100 over 1. After calculating the decrease, they will subtract the decrease from the original value, which we are talking about original value minus the decrease. Original value minus what? The decrease. So what I'll do first, I'll get what? The decrease. The decrease has reduction now. Decrease is 4%. 4% of original value. That's 4% of what? 6,000. 4% of 6,000. Therefore, over 100 times 6,000 all over 1. And so I'll go with this. That was $241. That's the decrease. $241. So now we have to calculate what the new price. The new price, that will now be original price. Original price minus the decrease. Original price is what? 6,000 So minus 240. And that will give us 5,760 dollars. That is the new world price. 5,760. Okay, let's see yet another question. Remember, the formula is always the same thing. Just get the original value. Calculate the increase or percentage increase, depending on what you have to calculate. Then from there, you can calculate any question. No matter how the question is, you can always get the answer if you know the right formula to what use. Let's do question 3. When a farm of 325 hectares is increased by 10%. What is the new area? Now, for a question like this, what I will need to do is the former area of the land is 3,215. So now increase by 10%. So I'll find 10% of increase is 10% of the original value. 10% of 325. So we get 10 over 100 times 3,215. That will give us 32.15. 32.15. So the next thing I'll do now is to calculate the new area. The new area, since we are talking about an increase, we are going to have addition, which is the initial area of 325 plus the increase, that's 32.15, and that will give us 357.15 hectares. That is the new area. So the question of increase and decrease are not always difficult. Just know the right formula to apply, and you can solve any question under this increase and decrease. Let's see a more tricky question. Say April Mr. Isiaku bought a bag of rice for 2,400 naira. For 2,400 naira. When she wanted to buy more in June, she found that she could only buy 3/5 of a bag for 2,400. Stop. What was the percentage increase? What was the percentage increase in the price from April to June? From April to June. Okay, now for a question like this, say about the bag of rice for this price, that's the initial price. The initial price was 2,400 naira. So when she wanted to buy more in June, she found that she could only buy 3/5 of a bag for 2,400 naira. This was the price in April. Then by June, 2,400 would only buy 3/5 of what the bag. Now, what I will need to get is how much is a bag? How much is a bag in the month of June? We need to get how much the price of a bag is in the month of June. So first thing I'll do is one bag, that's for April, one bag is 2,400. Okay? That now, it's said 3/5 of a bag is 2,400 by June. By June. So for June now, 3/5 of bag. 3/5 of bag is 2,400. 3/5 is simply as 0.16. 0.6 is 2,400. So one bag will now be how much in this month of June? This one is what? The month of June. This one was for April. So what I will do is to multiply. We get the value of a bag in the month of June. Get the value of a bag in the month of June. So I'll get 1 times 2,400 divided by 0.16. Divide that 2,400 divided by 0.6. That will give us 4,000. That will be 4,000. That is the price in the month of June. So now we have to calculate the percentage increase. So first thing is increase. Increase is the new price. The new price is 4,000 minus the initial price, which is 2,400. We subtract this for that equals 1,600. That is the increase. So now that I've calculated the increase, I can now calculate the percentage increase. Percentage increase will be increase all over original value times 100 over 1. Increase over original value times 100 over 1. So now When you solve this one, the increase is 1,600. Original value is 2,400 times 100 over 1. When we solve this one, that will give us the percentage what increase. The percentage what increase. We have 1,006. That was 66 points. That will be 66.67%. 66.67%. That is the percentage what increase. So they are all done in similar ways. It doesn't matter how it looks like. Okay? No matter how the question is, just try to recall the simple formulas for increase and what decrease. And you can solve any question on what percentage. Let's see one more question on this one. Next question is actually an SAT question. SAT question says, a homeowner's annual property tax payments was $1,596. So due to a property value, reassessment tax payments was increased to $1,665. Says to the nearest tenth of a percent by what percent was the homeowner's property tax payments increased. Now, let's take a look at this question. Take a look at the question. It says a homeowner's property tax payment was 1,596. That was what the initial amount. The initial amount is 1,596. Now, due to a property value assessment, the tax payment was increased to the new value. Your value is 1,000. 1,665. 665. Now it says for the nearest tenth of a percent, by what percent was the old owner's property tax payment was increased? So now, the first thing we need to do is to get the increase. Is to get what the increase, and that will be 1,665 minus 1,596, and that should give us 60.9. That is what 69. That's the increase. So the next thing is to calculate the percentage increase to the nearest one-tenth of what a percent. Percentage increase. Remember, that is what increase of our original value. Increase of our original value times 100 over 1. So that will be 69. Original value is 1,596. 1,596 times 100. So you get 6,900 divided by 1,596. When you solve that one, divide that. You get 4.3. Now 4.13% to the nearest one-tenth. So put one place of one decimal. That will be the value to the nearest one-tenth of what? A percent. So like I said, it doesn't matter how the question is. Once it has to do with increase or decrease, just apply the simple formula that we have used in solving questions in this particular lecture. It's just as simple as that. There is nothing more to know on increase and what decrease. Just watch out for our next topic on percentage. That would be interests. Talk about simple interest, the compound what interest, then we'll see how we can calculate what amount. Okay. Then after I'll look at general questions under what percentages. Then after that, we'll look at what word problems under what percentages. Until I come your way again, my name remains Godwin Aridi. I'll see you in our next class. And please remember to subscribe to our channel.